Welcome to the podcast. It's Mr. Ish. We're here at KIPS Bay Boys and Girls Club, called their Clubhouse Video Podcast. Trying it out, see what you guys are about, see if you can cooperate with me. If not, we just go back to regular podcast. I thought it'd be nice for people to get to see your faces, stuff like that. Maybe your parents will finally log in or something and download the podcast and listen to it or whatever. All right, let's introduce ourselves. Let's go from my left to my right. Start off with you, sir.
My name is Jacob, and I'm 7 years old.
Welcome, Jacob.
My name is Dariana, and I'm 8 years old.
Welcome to the podcast.
My name is Jaylene, and I'm 8 years old.
Welcome to the podcast. So today we have a little different setup. We got a little video going on as we do the podcast, which is, another level of podcasting. Don't be shy. The camera's just there. It's going to record everything. At the end of the day, the audio is what we want. But this is, hopefully you get to see yourself and maybe it'll change. Maybe you become YouTube famous, like you always want to become YouTube famous. Today's topic is one that's close to everybody, right? I think everybody should talk about this topic. Who wants to tell the audience what our topic is? Go ahead.
Mother's Day.
Mother's Day. Everyone here has a mother. Hopefully they're still around, but if they passed or in any way, they still were there for us at one time. So Mother's Day, what's so important about Mother's Day? Let's go around. Let's start off in that corner. What's so important about Mother's Day?
What is so important about Mother's Day is that you get to celebrate like what your mom did for you, like they created you and stuff.
Oh, okay. But sometimes, look, I'll get to this real quick. Sometimes people are adopted, so that may not be the mother that that you came from. Sometimes you, for whatever reason, your grandmother might be the person that raised you. So mothers is just the person that really takes care of you and nurtures you and takes care of you when you're sick and stuff like that. So there's different types of mothers. What's so important about Mother's Day?
Loving your mother and caring about her.
Okay. You don't necessarily have to love your mother. I'm sorry to say that. I wish that we all do, but sometimes, circumstances just don't roll that way. But you have to appreciate that they brought you to this earth. And that's important. At one point or the other, you could work out other things. Especially when you get a little older, you might talk back to your mother and, go through some stuff. But at this age, I think you're fine with just loving your mother. What about you, sir?
It's like your mother's birthday, but something else.
I know, but if you try to give your mother a birthday gift / Mother's Day gift, you're not going to win in that category. I don't care if her birthday was Saturday and Mother's Day is Sunday. You need to give her two different gifts. I'm just letting you know. I'm talking from experience, sir. No, but Mother's Day is important because these are the people that really, most of the time, raise us and make us the person or the people that we are, right? Sometimes we learn a lot of things from mothers. What is something that you learned from your mom? There's too many? Too many going on in your head? Come on, just one of them. Just mention one of them. I'll give a shout out to my mother while you're thinking about. Happy Mother's Day to my wife and my mom and my grandmother that raised me. Love all of you. I'm back to you, sir. Come on, man. Something your mom does for you. Something that she taught you. She taught you how to wash dishes, how to fold your clothes, how to iron.
Fold my clothes.
Fold your clothes, okay. Well, something your mom's taught you.
To do the dishes sometimes.
All right. I think we're doing child how you call that? The child labor here. So all right, she show you how to do dishes. All right. Well, maybe
and laundry.
She don't like messing up her nails after she get her nails done. Something your mom's taught you.
True.
Attitude.
Attitude? Your mom taught you attitude? Oh, I don't know about that one. Good attitude or bad attitude?
Both.
Okay. Well, at least you're keeping it real. Sometimes you pick up things like that from older people, your parents and stuff like that.
My mom tells me, where you got that attitude from? And I tell her, from you.
All right, well, that's a different conversation. I think that my daughters really get their attitude too from their mom. But not really. My little one, she's a lot like me. So it's the people that you're around. I mean, we're little sponges. Especially at your age, we absorb, whatever's around us. So if you have one of those caring mothers that's always hugging you and kissing you, that's the type of person you're going to be. You're gonna be a caring person and always eager to hug somebody or kiss somebody or so forth and so on. And then you have some mothers that they're working hard and they're tired and they give you a kiss, but they're not like every 10 minutes kissing you and stuff like that. So there's a balance. But I think our mothers teach us a lot of things besides washing dishes and cooking. They also teach us a lot about life and about things that are gonna come up in our lives. Is there something special that your mom has done for you? Something that you couldn't believe she did for you, or something like that?
Mm, not really.
Not you really? Maybe you're too young. Yeah. How old are you? How old is you guys?
8,
8.
7.
I remember, and this is a long time ago. I remember that my grandmother, one thing that she did for me is I wanted to learn how to play like the organ or something.
The what?
The organ, like it's like a little piano.
Oh
So I
yeah.
wanted to learn how to play that, and she went out, she bought me one,
I
and
thought
she
you.
doesn't know how to play, and I don't know how to play, but she just like ended up teaching herself and then teaching me. So that was pretty cool. She also did like we used to work on our timetables together, so we used to like basically challenge each other. So she was learning what I was learning. So that's something that she did for me that I would never forget. So even with my girls now, I always challenge them. Like I'm always saying, what's 80? What's 8 times 8? And it could be in a random conversation. I just say it, and then my daughter has to say it. Like what's the answer? So I'm always challenging them like that because I remember my grandmother doing it to me, and it was a fun thing. So that's something that my grandmother did for me. Something
Um,
nice your mom's done, or something that you couldn't believe she did for you.
I thought you were talking about the string thing. I don't know what
Whatever,
it's
whatever's on your
called.
mind. I'm just letting you
Um,
know my point of view, but you can let
Wait,
me know
what did you
yours.
say again?
I just told you a whole story.
No, like um,
Something nice your mother has done for you, or something that you can't believe she's done for you, or something nice that your mother has done. Let's
when
leave it at
I
that.
when I always wanted my mom to sleep with me. One time she did because I always felt scared in my room. Then she just came and slept with me.
Okay, that's being caring. That's making sure that you feel secure and stuff like that. So that's a good thing that parents do. Hopefully, it's not just your mom. Go ahead.
I'm scared of cockroaches, so she killed one for me.
Oh,
It was the best day of my life.
okay, best day of your life. Yeah, sometimes people are scared of little critters, and I think one of my daughters, she used to be scared of lightning, but we have so many windows in my house that you're gonna see lightning all the time, especially when it rains. So we kind of like we got her out of it just by showing her and going on Google and researching what lightning is and the sounds and all that. So we kind of got her out of it. But sometimes just teaching them not to be scared of things. You know, learning how to be outspoken. This is a great example of how you guys could talk for yourselves. That's something that you usually get from your parents. Sometimes your mothers, because your mothers talk a lot. My mother talks a lot. Yeah.
I also, another thing that my mom did, something nice that she did for me, is she always been there for me, and
Don't make
she
me cry. Please don't make me cry.
oh my god, she stood up for me.
She stood up for you. Of course she has to stay up for you. You can't defend yourself. She got to talk
Sometimes
for
I
you.
do.
Okay. Sometimes you got, your parents are there, and this is not just mothers. Parents are there to guide you through life. They're like, how they say like little cubs, like when you see little lions, and then you be like, oh, look at that little lion. There's a big lion following that little lion. So don't play with that little lion. So that's how parents are. Parents, they sometimes they let you do a little something to see if you get in trouble, and then they reel you back in and be like, hey, don't do that. It's not the way it's supposed to be done. So they give you a chance to grow, but at the same time, they're always protective. Parents are always protective. Sir, are you going to talk in this podcast or not? Because this is about your mother. I would hate for your mother to see this podcast and you have nothing to say about your mom. That's the saddest thing. Or grandma. Grandma's important too. If grandma was in your life, you could talk about grandma. Grandma's a bonus. Anytime that you have grandma in your life, that's a bonus gift right there. Because grandmas, they usually give you whatever you want. They like the little 2-day visits, and then they kick you out the house. That's how grandmas do it. So grandmas and aunties are the same thing. Yeah, you could come over. Come over
My
for
grandma
like
gives me money.
come over for a weekend, but auntie ain't watching you on Saturday when when she gotta play bingo or something. She ain't doing that.
His mom is.
Well, let him talk about his mother. Why you gonna give him his mother shout outs?
No, I'm just saying that.
No, don't talk about his mother. Something positive about your mom. Come on, tell me something nice about her. If not, I'm gonna wait for her outside when somebody's gonna pick you up. I'm gonna be like, I don't understand how you have nothing nice to say about you. I don't want to shout you out like that.
Something that my mother did nice.
It does.
Kill all the cockroaches and mice.
All right, well then what you need to exterminate in your life. You need to exterminate and you need to exterminate.
Me too.
Because you too? Okay, you all three of you, I'm gonna give you a number after this and get those apartments exterminated, raid, gels, combat, all that stuff works. They also got this stuff that Spanish people use, like a little powder. I don't recommend that.
Yeah, my mom has that.
Yeah, I don't recommend that. That's illegal, but you all need to get exterminated because if that's the only thing you could think about your mom because she killed a little creature, and that's the only nice thing you talk about your moms, then you need something else in your life. We need to talk about something else than mothers killing creatures. I never brought up my mother killing a creature.
I love my grandma.
Grandma's awesome. Grandmas are awesome. I
Grandmas are
was
the
raised.
best.
I was raised by my grandmother. I to this day I love her to death. She's probably been dead for I can't even tell you. She's been there for a long time, and I still talk about her.
Sad.
Yeah, it was sad when it happened. 14. I was 14 years old, so now I'm gonna be 53. So we're talking about 40.
You are 52.
I'm 52. So we're talking about
thought he was
40,
90.
40 something years ago. And you thought I was 90? I thought I was looking good. I just got a haircut too.
Actually, my auntie passed away because she had heart cancer.
Okay, sorry to hear that. Yeah, I just had a family member pass away from cancer.
Is this a whole different podcast?
I don't know where we're going with it. She said she said something about cancer and just boom, it just came into my head.
I don't even know if I have a grandpa.
You have a grandpa. You may not know him.
I had two, but
Yeah, you have to have one in each family. I'm one of those like you. I'm one of those. I never met my grandfather.
Me neither.
Like, I was gonna meet him later on in life when I was older, and then I was making plans because he lived in California, and in between me and my dad trying to make plans and me working and all this stuff, he passed away. I never met him, and then my dad was like, "You want to go to the funeral?" I was like, "I don't want to see him dead. Like, if I never met him, I don't have no emotion."
I only heard my grandpa through a cell phone,
Okay,
like call.
so you know he's alive.
Yeah.
You don't have a video?
No.
Grandpa don't have a video phone?
I know.
You need to get him a boost or something.
I have two grandpas and grandmas because they're both Dominican. Because my dad is from here though, and my mom's from the Dominican Republic.
Okay.
And somehow I don't know, but I
You don't
think
know your
my
grandpas?
mom. I don't know my mom's mom.
Dad.
Yeah,
You don't know your
That
mom
too.
for that.
and I don't know my dad's dad.
All
I
right,
have
well.
like 2,000 grandmas. I don't know.
Well, if they're alive, maybe you should ask questions about them.
I got a great.
Tell your mother.
Great.
Ask questions to your mom or dad. How was grandma? How
Date.
is grandma? Why she's not around and so forth and so on. You said you had 2,000 grandparents?
No, I mean like, I
The
just say like a
grandpas.
weird number just to say like I have a lot.
That's when people also say that's my cousin. He's not your cousin. You know him for a long time and all that. Yeah, it's my cousin. No, he's not. The ones that are come from your aunt or your uncle, those are your cousins. Everybody else is just good friends.
I met a lot of my cousins, aunts, and nephews. I have like a bajillion of
A
them.
bajillion. I don't even know that's a word. You still haven't said nothing positive about your mom besides us stomping on a couple of roaches. So we better get to this. You better say something positive about your mother. Because if not, this is going to be a sad podcast. Go ahead. I'm talking to you so you could talk.
She let me sleep in her bed so I could get extra warm.
Okay. Well, I guess if you had an exterminator and
It's like the same thing,
a big
I said.
sheet and another cuito, you won't have
A what?
a quilt. We call it cuito in
Oh,
Spanish.
Cuito.
Maybe not. Maybe that's what Spanish. That's what Puerto Ricans call it.
Because I don't know a lot of Spanish.
Okay.
Me
That's what Puerto Ricans call it. A cuito. It's basically a quilt. All right. I guess you have nothing else positive to say about you.
I do.
All right. Well, one more because we're gonna end this
My
podcast.
grandma.
Go ahead.
I have something about my grandma too.
Okay. Tell me something about your grandmother.
My grandma, she's done a lot of stuff about me because I have so much going on in my head of my grandma. But one thing about my grandma is that my grandma, sometimes she doesn't let me sleep in her bed, but one day she let me sleep in her bed.
What happened?
And then she hugged me really tight.
Oh, little cuddles, little cuddle action.
Because my mom doesn't like cuddling. So.
Okay, well, you have to get it from somebody else. What about you? Last one. Let's go.
Oh, and my mom is very overprotective.
I think all mothers are.
When I had to sleep at my grandma's house, I started crying because I miss my mom so much, but then I just fell asleep instantly because my grandma was there.
Okay, so she made you feel comfortable and protected. Well,
That
thank you. Shout out to all the mothers, the aunts, the grandmothers, the people that take the motherly roles. Sometimes your aunt that becomes like kind of a mother figure, or maybe even the lady next door. I don't know.
I gotta make my mom and my grandma see this.
Okay, well we're gonna see. Maybe they'll listen to it before I have to edit it. So I'll probably put it up on regular podcast first, and then I'll do the video after. Thank you very much. You want to say goodbye?
Goodbye.
Happy Mother's Day, everyone.
Check. 1 2 1 2. Check.
Why y'all putting this stuff away? Happy Mother's Day to all.